Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shar and I'm gonna show you the process of doing my makeup from start to finish. So stick around and let's get started. So you guys know this is gonna be a longer video. So grab your favorite drink, your coffee or matcha, and if you wanna do your makeup with me, that's gonna be even better. Hair situation is taken care of. We're ready to start. First thing first, I've already moisturized my face, but that was like 3 hours ago, and I like to bring some moisture back to my face. I'm gonna use this SHEGLAM moisturizer. This is Melon Melt Niacinamide Serum Primer, which I've been using as a moisturizer. I really like this. It smells like melon, which is so fresh and nice, but it's almost done. That's why I actually want to use it up now, because I think I can get rid of it now. So I have other moisturizers that I really like, but I want to get rid of this. It has a very light, watery, serum-y texture. And again, it smells really nice and refreshing, and it brings some moisture back to your skin. And it's a nice first step before I add other complexion products. Okay. Now, the next step for me is, and this is something that I recently learned through experimentation, is to do my brows first. So I got this product. I was influenced. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So I keep seeing this all over the internet and I'm like, okay, let me give it a try, because every time I see girls use it, their brows look laminated. They look so nice. I'm like, I don't think my brows are gonna look as good as theirs, but let me give it a try. So the first time that I tried this is NYX Professional Makeup, the Brow Glue Crazy Lift, and it's transparent. The first time I used it, I hated it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to return it. And before I returned it on the day of, I was like, okay, let me try this one more time. So the problem is, when you're not supposed to use this over your makeup, this is a product that needs to get used before you add anything to your face and brows, because if you don't, and you have everything, you have eyeshadow, foundation, concealer, bronzer, just makeup around your brows, when you apply this, it's gonna pick up on all those makeup and products around it, and you're gonna have like particles and residue over your brow, and they're gonna get stuck to the gel, and it's gonna make your brows look like you have this white cast or creamy cast of makeup and foundation over your brows, which is not what you want. So I've learned to do this step first, and then I'll finish my brows with adding like hair-like strokes after I'm done with my makeup. But the gel has to be the first thing that goes on your clean face and brows. And I love this product. I really love it because of the bristles that is at the tip of the applicator. It really works as a comb, and so I like to comb my brows up and out. So like upwards to make them really stick up, and out to give you that lifted look. So towards the inner of my brows, I go upward, and as I approach the arch and the tail, I push them outwards, just like that. And what I like to do is I like to let this sit for a minute, not longer than that, or it's gonna stay this way. But I wanted to let it get tacky a little bit, a little sticky, little stabilized, before I clean up and I shape out my brow. So I'm gonna give this a minute. In the meantime, I'm gonna start with my concealer, because I also wanna give that some time to set and get dried. And for my concealer, I'm gonna use e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Concealer in color medium. Sorry, the color is called 13 Fair Neutral. It says medium buildable coverage. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit to the inner corner, a little bit to the outer corner, and just a little bit to fill in the gap in between. While I'm at it, I might as well hide this zit around my nostrils, that on my eyelid, but remember not to get close to your brows. And now I think this is a good time to go back to the brows and finish the shaping. Now I like this applicator because it's slanted and it's plastic and it's pointy and it gives me a lot of control and precision. So I just go like that and I shape my brow. Look how amazing it looks. Oh, it looks like I just got it done. I just got it threaded and plucked and just beautiful compared to this side. Same thing on this side. Beautiful. I've tried so many brow products. By far, my favorite. I just love it. I'm obsessed. Truly obsessed. I mean it. Really, really good. But I'm not done with my brows. As I mentioned, I'm gonna fill in the gaps, create hair-like strokes when I'm completely done with my makeup. Now, I'm gonna start blending my concealer because if it gets too dry, it gets harder for me to distribute the concealer under my eyes. So I think now would be a good time to start blending. And I'm using Nikki LaRose brush in collaboration with BK Beauty, and this is N19. It's a triangular, very dense, pointy tip brush, which is great for concealer because you really get to go into those little crevices in the inner corner of your eye, which is pretty hard to reach with other brushes, and you really get to go in there and distribute the concealer. So I'm just using tapping motion to deposit the product. I don't want to wipe because I don't want to remove it. And then I'm gonna go do the same thing for my eyelids. So I'm gonna use concealer to get rid of the redness and like the veins and everything that shows on my eyes. And it's also going to work as a eyeshadow base for my eyeshadow. Same thing to the other side. Tapping motion, because again, I don't want to remove or move the concealer, and I want it to really get dried and give me a really good and long lasting coverage all day. So I gotta tell you guys, I have a love-hate relationship with this concealer. I like it because it kind of dries pretty quickly and it does provide a really good coverage. However, I don't like it because it's too drying for my under eye and it doesn't sit nice under my eyes. So I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know if you guys can see. It's not very smooth and I don't like that. But I know when I put my setting powder over this, it's gonna help immensely, but I want it to look flawless even without me putting my under eye setting powder. So for that, I don't think I'm gonna purchase this again. I know I'm not gonna purchase this again, but now that I have it, I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna make it work for me, but I need a better concealer. We're gonna move on to another favorite product of mine. Before I do that, so the favorite product is the foundation that I'm about to show you. I did not have any high hopes for it. I feel like it's just a new launch, that it's just overhyped. I didn't like the packaging. To me, it looked cheap, but I gave it a shot and I'm so happy I did because truly, it's one of the best drugstore foundations I have ever tried. It's unreal. Before I use it, I'm gonna use a primer because this primer is a really good base for my foundation. So this is SHEGLAM Good Grip Hydrating Primer. If you guys like milk grippy foundation, you're gonna like this one because it's very grippy, very sticky, and it makes your foundation, your makeup last so long. And for me, it fills in the pores and it makes my complexion really look flawless. So I'm gonna add this on and I'm gonna avoid my under eye area and I'm gonna go over my forehead and avoid my brows. Now I'm gonna let it sit. I'm gonna let it get tacky and dry because if I add anything to it right now, it's gonna get goopy. It's gonna make the product move around. It's gonna get mixed with my foundation and I don't know what's that gonna do to my overall look, but I don't think it's gonna be a good look. So you want this to sit, you want it to get dried, and then add your next product, which would be foundation over it. My primer is pretty tacky right now, And now is the time to move on with our foundation. So the foundation, the new love, the new drugstore love. I honestly, I don't think I'm ever gonna, I don't wanna say it's not ever gonna change this, but boy, it's gonna be hard because this is really, really good. So this is NYX Make Him Wonder foundation. It's a soft matte buildable foundation and the color is 12 Natural. And it's pretty much a perfect match for my skin tone, and so I like to use it, and it does what it says it does. And I love the applicator. It's very clean, it's pointy, you just squeeze it and the product comes out. I like to add just a little bit to my forehead. If you guys don't want to look like you have a lot of makeup on, make sure you don't add a lot of makeup on your forehead, because that's the one area that screams if you have a ton of makeup on or not. So like, I like to keep my foundation and other products to minimum for my forehead, and I'm gonna add more to my face. I really, really love this. It's very clean. The packaging is just very, very user-friendly, very travel-friendly. It's not gonna come out. So this is very safe for traveling, but that's not the point. The point is the product itself, the foundation, is chef's kiss. So for blending this foundation, I'm gonna use Nikki LaRose brush with BK Beauty, and this is an N17. It's a flat two-sided brush with a domed shape. And I just bought these two because I've been wanting to try them for a long time, and they do not disappoint. She really knows what she's doing. Her and BK Beauty as a brand. So I really trust Nikki with anything that she recommends. We kind of have the same skin type and we love the same style of makeup, and I just love her. I love her opinion on makeup. And let's get blending. I'm going to start with blending the foundation on my forehead. I love this brush for blending the foundation because, again, it gives me very good control to disperse the product, and it's pointy toward the tip, so I can really get into my hairline and to be able to go as closely to my brows as possible without going on my brows. Now I'm gonna get to the rest of my face, and I'm not gonna take the foundation to my eyes, under my eyes, because I don't wanna make my under eyes look too heavy and makeupy, because it's gonna give away that I'm wearing a lot of makeup and give me a cake face, which we don't want. And I just keep blending everything. Get your jawline, because you don't want to have any color difference from your face to your neck. So you want to bring the foundation down and make everything look seamless. And if you're like me and you like to wear your hair up or in a bun or back, where the back of your ear and your neck is going to be exposed, make sure you put foundation behind your ear and your neck, in the back, and everywhere else. And you might be thinking there's nothing on this brush, but believe me, there is. There is enough product for it to make everything look blended and seamless. The blend is looking flawless. Now I'm gonna add bronzer to my face, and I'm gonna use the new launch from L'Oreal Lumi Bronze Stick, and it's in color 110 Toasted Sunlight Light Medium. I like the color. I feel like it's a little too light for me, but the good thing about this is that it's buildable. So I'm gonna add it around my forehead. And some people like to use it on the back of their hand, kind of warm it up, and then use a brush to apply it to their face for an even distribution of the color. And also that way it doesn't pick up your foundation and concealer and stuff like that. But for me, it doesn't do that anyways. And so I'm not really too picky about doing the back of the hand technique. I'm gonna add some definition to my lips, nose, and eyes. And then some more. This is very creamy, very, very buttery, by the way, and it blends really easy. So I'm gonna use the other side of my N17 brush and start blending. And again, as always, you wanna do soft, light-handed blending motion, like that. Very lightly because you don't want to go hard and completely remove the product. Very lightly blend that in and create a nice shadow. And make sure you blend that in with your neck, because this is one area that if it's not fully blended, nicely blended, it's gonna scream from a mile away that you've tried to chisel your jawline and you did a poorly job at it. So you just wanna create a little bit of shadow, that's it. And I know I use the bronzer. I don't really use contouring products. I use my bronzer as a contour as well. So just to call that out. And then every time I get to this part, this is just like muscle memory. I like to pull my hair out of the way, even though they're already out of the way, but I like to pull my skin too. Don't recommend pulling anything, but that's how I do things. So do as you wish. And this is a great brush to really get into the hairline, as I mentioned. It's really good to get in there. Make sure there's no color difference between your forehead and your hairline. This is a very natural bronzer for me, which I don't mind right now. But if I am going to repurchase this or get a different bronzer, I want it to be more toasty, orangey, darker bronzer color. Not too much. So this is really nice because it gives you that clean makeup look. But sometimes I really want to go hard with my bronzer. Not too crazy, but I want it to look more sun-kissed. This is very natural. Look, it's beautiful. Very natural. So the bronzer is looking very natural. I can add another one, but that's okay. I can stop now and move on to my blush. And what I like to do is I like to use all of my cream products, all of my wet products first, and then set all of them with powders. So I'm gonna do a liquid blush, and this is from the brand Made by Mitchell. He's an amazing makeup artist in UK. He's so creative and he has amazing makeup. So this is the very first product that I'm trying from his line. He has so many good things. This is a liquid blusher in color Strawberry Cream. It's a very baby pink color. And by the way, I didn't blend in my lips because I really want the color to sit in and get dried and give me the contour that I want for my lips. So I'm gonna use this as a base for my blush, and I'm gonna blend it with my foundation. No, just kidding. I'm gonna use another brush that I usually use to blend out my liquid blush. This is by BH Cosmetics, number 125. I like to just, again, tapping motion, very lightly, just blend it in, tapping the product. And I know it doesn't show that I have any blush on, but it does have a little something something. So when I add my actual blush over it, and when they marry together, the color is really gonna pop. This is a very soft looking blush, so if you wanna have that clean makeup look, highly recommend. Okay, now's the time to blend in my contour lightly. And now we're gonna move on with setting everything. Okay, for setting my face, and especially for baking my under eyes, my number one setting powder, high-end drugstore, is Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. I have so many of these. I have them in all colors. Not that I eat all colors, but I got them by mistake, and you know, when it was darker and whatnot. Anyways, these two are the same. This is the one that I'm trying to finish, and I just got the other one a couple of days ago because I'm like, before I finish this, I gotta stock up on more. This is the best. I have so many amazing setting powders. I have my Givenchy, the original one, which is a better formula than the newer one. I have Makeup by Mario, which is really love. I have One Size, really good. And I just bought L'Oreal Infallible Blurfection, which gives you up to 24-hour blurring, brightening, loose setting powder. I tried this yesterday and I really liked it. But anyways, it's not about this product. Really love it. Application is not as easy as this Maybelline because the little sifters here are too tiny. Anyways, don't want to make a mess. I'll talk about this another time. But now the star of the show. This product, this is Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. The color is 05 Fair. Is a game changer. This is really gonna transform your makeup from this to looking absolutely photoshopped and blurred out. I'm obsessed. Let's get some product on the lid. I'm gonna use my N19, tap it into the powder, tap the extra, and use the same brush for setting my under eyes, because again, you really can get into the corner of your eye where that hard to reach area where you need to actually press and put powder on for it to last longer and not to crease and not to fade away during the day. So this is really great for doing that. See? And then with whatever's left, because I don't want to have a lot of powder around my mouth and my nostrils, I just go with whatever's left on my brush on my smile lines and around the corner of my lips and on my chin. And then I'm gonna tap it back into here and bake under my bronzer a little bit. I don't have a lot of product, it's just a little bit to kind of set this area. And then just a little bit more. There's not much here. You don't want your forehead to look very heavy with makeup and powder. And again, before I add the setting powder, you want to blend in the foundation and make sure there's no creasing when you add the powder. Now I can go in and add my powder now. And on my nose, around my nose, and with whatever's left, I'm just gonna go over my eyelid lightly, just to get rid of any stickiness, any tackiness. Okay, this is very good. Very, very good. Just a little bit under my jawline. Make sure everything's dry. Where are we? So now we need to contour, bronze everywhere that we've used a bronzer, and to emphasize the bronzer. And for that, I'm gonna try this new bronzer from CoverGirl, True Blend Skin Enhancer Baked Luminous Bronzer in color 310 Toasted Butterscotch. So the verdict with this bronzer is, I like it, but kind of like the stick bronzer, it's not strong or pigmented or orange enough for me. And by orange, I mean like toasty. I don't mean like orange. I don't like anything orange on me, but like a little bit more warm, more coppery, more toasted. And so I think I need to work on my application, but let me see, because I've been using this brush, and this is from Morphe. There is no number on this. This is what I usually use for my bronzer, but I haven't been really happy with using this with this bronzer. So I'm thinking maybe this requires a different brush. So I'm gonna use this brush. It's a new one. It's a brand from Amazon. It's called Jessup, Jessup, brand new, and the bristles are so soft. And it's brush number MUL01. Let's give it a try. I really don't have really high hopes for this one either, but let's see. I already think this is a fail. We're already halfway there. Let's commit. I really doused my brush with bronzer. Let's go. Okay. Muscle memory. Tap, 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 tap. The color is too light for me. It is depositing the color, but it's just too light for me. But if you want a natural look, you're gonna like this color. Oh, it is actually nice. This might have worked. Tell me in the comments if you think this worked. And then whatever is left, I'm gonna go under my jawline just a little bit again. Don't want anything harsh. Get the back. Get your neck. And we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. Really coat your brush with the product. Make sure you coat it everywhere, because when you apply it, you don't want any empty areas of the brush to create a like patchiness. Gosh, I have powder everywhere. Okay. And when I first apply the bronzer, I place it where I want the most impact, which is here, and then bring it down to this area as I'm blending. And then I want more products here, so I turn my brush to be able to deposit more bronzer. I love this bronzer. I love the packaging. I love the baked 2 color tone to give me that bronzy look. But I'm still trying to figure out the best brush to use this with, because this is taking me forever. Even though it's a huge brush and it's supposed to speed up the process of applying my bronzer, but I feel like it's really not. So I'm still trying to find the best brush to use. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Go here. Okay, that was very tiring. So far, so good. The base is looking flawless. Now I'm gonna add a blush, and I wanna use these blushes that I just purchased from CoverGirl again. So this is Skin Enhancer Baked Luminous Blush in color 420, which is Strawberry Drizzle. And this one is 400, Please Please Pink. So gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Let me swatch them for you really quick. Look at this color. So pretty. Love this color. I've already tried both of them. This is a spicy one, and I like it. And don't let this scare you, because it's not as crazy as it looks in the pan, especially when you distribute it and apply it nicely and evenly. So what do we think? Which one do we want? I know, some of you want this, some of you want that. I want both. How about if I start with Pretty Pink, or Please Please what? Please Please Pink, and then see where we end up. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this brush. This is an angled brush from Morphe, and I'm gonna dip that into my blush, and I'm going to tap excess on my makeup towel and slowly and lightly tap it on my cheekbone. Do you see what I see? This is so pretty. This is so pretty. I also want to take it on my temples and blend in and marry the color with my bronzer on my forehead. Wow, this is actually very pretty. Do the same for the other side. Again, you wanna start with applying or depositing the product where you want it to have the most impact, which would be here. And from here, you bring it down to get less and less product on your cheeks. And from here, you press it into your hairline and you go on your temple and a little around your forehead. And then you come back down to really blend in everything with your under eye, with your bronzer, and with whatever's left. I'm gonna go over my nose just a little bit. That's so pretty. And then I also like to add a little bit here on my chin to make sure that I look harmonious everywhere. This is beautiful. Now, if you want it more intense, you can always add more or add this over it. But I'm going for a lighter makeup, more natural, more clean. So I'm gonna keep it at that baby pink for today. Now let's go for some highlight. So I have so many highlighters. so many highlighters. I have this Dior one, which I love. I mean, I love all of them, let's be honest. I have this MAC. This is Whisper of Guilt Extra Dimension Skin Finish. Let me swatch them for you because I think that will be fun. I love me a good swatch. Okay. Did I do a good swatch for you guys? Let me show you. Ooh, ooh, that's pretty. And then let's compare that to this color here. Even though I don't use just one color from this palette, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And this is the color Blush Bronze. Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette 001 Universal. Oh boy, look at this one from Dior. See, they're very similar, but wow. Gorgeous. I'm gonna do the pink one too. And I think while we're at it, I'll do this white one too, because it's just fun. One here. Wow, so pretty. One. This is a great blush and blush topper, especially for this look that I did. I think that's perfect. All right, now to apply this, I'm gonna use this Morphe brush. It doesn't have a name, but it's very dense, very like rounded. I just love this brush, and I'm gonna go in this color and go over my blush. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. My under eyes look so bad. Please do not purchase that concealer. It's so drying, not nice. Wow. Do you guys see how gorgeous that is? Can you see? Okay, that's that. Now we're gonna get into the eyes, and because this video is getting way too long, I'm gonna do it really quickly. And so for that, I'm just gonna use NYX Buttermilk Bronzer in color 05, Butter Off. And I'm gonna use this brush from Morphe. And this is a very well-loved pan, as you can see. I already hit the pan here. And I'm just gonna use a bronzer color. This is my favorite bronzer. It's like too dark and too intense, but a little too dark for me, but I love to use it for creating contrast and shadows and bronzer effect on my face, and also for eyeshadow. This perfect color for me. I love this color. So I'm gonna deposit the color on the outermost corner of my eyes and deposit the most of the color there. And from there, I'm gonna bring it to the lid. Same thing on that side, and start blending it very lightly in circular motion. And always make sure to start small with the product and start light, because you can always add more, but if you start with too much product or if it's too dark, you can't go back. But this is a great way to control what you do with your makeup. Going for a clean makeup look today. So we're gonna keep the eyes simple, add more, and actually bring in the color to the bridge of my nose. Make sure blend it into your brow. Keep a straight line. Bottom of your nose to create a contour. Same thing with this side. Again, very light pressure, extremely light pressure. A lot of blending back and forth, a lot of blending it to your brows. And just make sure everything looks blended everywhere. Now, I'm gonna use a different brush to contour my nose a little bit more, and also to contour my lips, because again, I just love me a good voluptuous lip. So I'm gonna go over my bronzer, the wet bronzer, with this. Very light hand movement to deposit the color. Same thing on the other side. Make sure when you're contouring your nose, you are creating straight lines. You don't want to make your nose look crooked. And if your nose is already crooked, make sure to maneuver the color in a way that would make your nose less crooked. It's all about creating illusion. So just play around with makeup. Don't be afraid to experiment with things. Now I'm gonna blend in the contour so it's not as harsh. Slightly go over everything. I don't want to remove my contour. I just want to make it look more natural and get rid of anything that's harsh looking. Same thing here. Lightly. Don't want to get rid of it, because then what was the point of applying it in the first place? Okay, so I think I want to add more to my eyes. Same color. I pull my eye, but highly don't recommend you doing that. So do as I say, not as I do, because again, it's not good for your skin. Over time, it's gonna make your skin sag. But I don't pull too much though. Just don't do it. It's just a bad habit of mine. But I can stop doing that. I just need a little, just a little touch. Okay, blend in. So the color is a little bit more intense. Just a little bit more, which I like. Now, I'm gonna use the same color with a different brush. It's smaller, gives me more precision, but it's still very dense. And I'm gonna use the same color for my under eyes to give it that sultry look, and also to get rid of some more lines and wrinkles around this area. And then make sure everything is blended with the under eye, with the eyeshadow in the outer corner of your eye, also the inner corner of the eye. Okay, we're done with that. And before I move on to mascara, I'm just gonna, because I love this color so much. This is Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eye Illusion Eyeshadow Duo in color We Need Better Lighting. We do. So these two colors. Dreamy. So this is the first one. And this is the other one. By the way, if you guys didn't know this about me, which I'm sure you didn't because you don't know me, I'm a sucker for anything glittery and shiny and glimmery and glistening, and just, I think I was a crow in my past life because anything shiny always gets my attention. Dropped Patrick Tap! But it survived. Okay, all right, we're going back to this. Okay, now we're in business. Yep, we're in business. And so I like to deposit the majority of the pigment on my eyelid and do that by tapping motion, because again, I don't want to remove anything, and I just bring that up. That's how I like my glitter to have a little bit under my eyebrow as well. And so same thing on that side. Pat, pat, pat. Press the pigment into your eyelid and bring the rest there. This is so much more pretty in person. The lighting that I have here, it doesn't do it any justice, but anyways. Now I like to use the other lighter color for my inner corner highlight. And so for that, I'm gonna need a smaller, more dense brush. So this is from the new brand from Amazon, Jessup MUL13. Before I apply this to my inner corner, I like to use a wet highlighter, which is my absolute favorite from the drugstore. It's by L'Oreal Le Shadow Stick in color Twinkly Rose 115. It's super high shine. It feels wet and cold when you apply it, and it dries out so quickly and it lasts so long. So this is my absolute favorite. I use this always for highlighting the inner corner of my eye. And also I use it to highlight my nose. Make sure not to bring down the highlight too low because it's gonna make your nose look like it's tipping down. But when you add it a little over, like above the tip of your nose, it's gonna make your nose look even more lifted. And then I'm gonna add a little to the bridge and then pat, pat, pat. This one, little swiping. Again, it dries really fast and then it won't budge. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit to my brow bone, like that. And then make sure you pat that in right away. And it dries really quickly, so now I can actually go in, even right away, with my powder highlighter from Patrick Ta, and just go over that. And set that into place. Now, it's a never-ending process. I'm gonna tightline my eyes, and I'm gonna use just a regular black eyeliner, and this is one of my favorite drugstore black liners from Maybelline Tattoo Studio. Automatic gel pencil in color pitch black, number 10. I love this. This is very smudge proof. It's very dark, very black, very long lasting, and very smooth to apply. What I like to do is I like to lift my eyelid and go into the lash line. While we're at it, I'm gonna tightline the bottom. Make sure to connect the top and the bottom waterline. Oh yeah, Shar is back. Love me a good tight line. And then I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. Before I do my eyeliner, my liquid eyeliner, I'm gonna curl my lashes and I'm gonna apply mascara, and then we'll move on to the eyeliner. You guys, my complexion, except my under eyes, looks flawless. My eyeshadow looks flawless. Like to really curl my lashes. And one of my new favorite drugstore mascaras is L'Oreal Extensionist Telescopic. It's this one. It's a new one, and it has a little curved applicator. So much bristles as plastic, tiny, tiny bristles. So it's curved, and because of all those little bristles, the product really gets into and between every lash, and you can really coat every lash. I like the formula. It is very dark, very not too wet, not too thick. It's just really nice formula. And you can really get into the inner corner of your eye. With me, with any mascara that I use, I'm not gonna stop just at one coat. So this would be a good base for my second coat. And I wanna make sure for my first coat, especially when I apply it in a way that they don't get stuck. And this mascara gives you that option. As you can see, my lashes look so good. I like to start at the base of my eyelash and start at the outermost corner of the eye. Really deposit the product and build that area. I don't normally wear eyelashes for my daily makeup. I don't have the time or the desire or the need for it, really. I've been trying to let my lashes grow, and I've been using an eyelash serum, growth serum. I'm using Grande Lashes, and I have so many fake eyelashes and I love them and they're beautiful, but like really with this mascara you don't need any fake eyelashes. But if you want a more dramatic look, if you want to take cute photos, or you have the time, you're in the mood, you want to do it, you don't care, go for it. But for me, I think I'm gonna stop with the mascara. Now I am going for my second coat because I want the drama, and this is giving me what I want. I'm gonna let all this mascara get dried. In the meantime, I'm gonna go back and do my brows. Now, I need to get new, oh, I did. Now I get to try it. Okay, guys, this is the first impression. I bought this, I think yesterday or 2 days ago from Amazon. This is L'Oreal Faux Brow in the color 390 Dark Brunette. So it's a liquid eyebrow pencil. I've never tried this. I've never tried anything like it. So we get to experience this together. I don't know how to apply it, but let's fix that. These little baby hairs are so rebel. I really can't deal with them. Okay, we're back. This look is coming together. This is looking nice. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna do it here. Oh. Ooh. 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 Oh. Oh shit, what did I do? Wow, this is looking good. Okay, just light. Oh. Huh. This is looking good. Okay, so I'm not using the right mirror because with this mirror I have much better visibility and control, but wow, you can really create stroke-like hair strands. Brow hair. Not bad, but I feel like I need more practice with this, and it's fine. It's a good start. I'm not mad at it. But I'm still gonna go over my brows with Maybelline Super Lock Tinted Brow in color 260 Deep Brown. So I'm just gonna do it lightly just to coat the superficial layer of my brows and get rid of any foundation or any other colors that have been deposited. So my brow, that makes them look fainted or tinted or gray, and also to get rid of any residue. Try to fix the shape. We're back to business. Okay, great. Oh gosh, this tutorial is way too long. Now I'm gonna do my eyeliner, and it's actually right here. Not my favorite liner. I love the color. It's actually by Maybelline Hyper Easy Eyeliner in color Pitch Brown. What I don't like about this is that I've noticed sometimes, see, you see that? That's a leakage. Oh my gosh, it keeps coming out. Yeah, don't buy this. Horrible. Horrible. Okay, I'm gonna look here, or this is gonna get messy. I will show you guys better another time when I'm doing my eyeliner, but because this tutorial has gone way too long and this eyeliner is borderline catastrophic, I just need to do what I have to do and be done with it quick. But I promise you guys, I will show you how I do my liner in future videos. Guys, we're actually almost done. I can't believe it. All right, let's move on to the last step, and that would be lips. And I kind of want to keep it neutral. I'm gonna use Maybelline Lifter Liner in color On It, and I actually need, I need to sharpen this. I like to start with my Cupid's bow and connect the Cupid's bow to the inner corner of my mouth. Look at that color. Okay, that's that. And then for lipstick, I want to keep it nudie and neutral. And one of my ultimate favorite drugstore lipsticks is this color, Nude Lust from Maybelline. It's color 920. Very nudie, beautiful, soft pink nude color, and it's very moisturizing and smooth on the lips. And then, to be honest, I could finish this by adding a gloss. Should I go for it? No, I think I'm done. I'm actually, I'm so hungry. I'm just gonna go and eat something. But before that, we wanna lock in our makeup. And I'm gonna use 2 setting sprays for that. This is a new one. I got this yesterday from Amazon. I wasn't gonna use this one. I was gonna use one size to really lock in my makeup. But this is the new one that I got from Turtur. It's called Mask Fit Waterproof Setting Spray. It's long lasting, it's waterproof, and it says hard fixing. So I need this makeup to last all day. And I'm gonna lock it into place and hopefully, oh, I like the nozzle. This is really nice. All right, let's, Wow, okay. Wow, this is really, really nice. It has a very light scent to it. Doesn't bother me, it's very light. But I'm excited to try this, see if I like it, see if it actually does what it says it's gonna do. And I need my makeup to be waterproof because during the day, especially nowadays, I cry a lot, okay? I don't know if you follow me on my Instagram. If you do, you know what's going on in Iran. And even though I try to hold my tears back because now is not the time to cry, even though I cry. Anyways, I lose my makeup around my eyes a lot. My makeup looks amazing. I still hate my under eyes. But look at the lashes. It's a great mascara. Look at my complexion. This is beautiful. It's a very clean, soft, glam look. And what I like to do when my mascara is fully dry, and that usually happens, let's say after an hour of my makeup, I really want it to be dry. I go back and I curl them again. If it's not fully dry, then I try to curl them. All the mascara is gonna get stuck to my curler, and it's gonna make my lashes look so horrible. So yeah, but you know, during the day when I remember, I go back and I recurl my lashes and they give me that woof, super lifted, curled look, and I love that. Now, if I wanted to, which I don't at this point, I'm exhausted and I need to eat, I could have gone with my Dalba Hydrated and Radiant Skin Double Layer Serum enriched with white truffle from Italy. I could go with this serum spray, shake it up and go over my makeup to give me a very glowy look, but I don't care for it now. It's not needed. We're good. We're done, guys. This is the makeup look, and I'm not gonna remove the hair clips because it's gonna take me a while and it's gonna pull my hair right now, and I just don't have the time for it. I wanna go downstairs and eat something. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking with me. I know it was a very long tutorial, but thank you for sticking around. Let me know in the comments down below if you like any of these products, if you want me to try a different look. Just chime in, whatever you want to say. Let's be friends. Let's become friends. I would love to know where you guys are from. I really do. Where you're watching my videos from. And I also want to mention that on this YouTube channel, I've been going back and forth for almost 2 decades on starting my own YouTube channel, but I keep going back and forth. Do I want it in Farsi? Do I want it in English? I've decided after 20 years that I will be creating videos in both languages. So just know that this is a bilingual channel. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Have a great day. Mwah.